Hello world, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. Today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Laura Lee Los Angeles palette bundle, Party Animal and Boss Babe. I got these probably about 2-3 weeks ago, so I've had some time to play with them and really take some notes and decide if I like them or not. There's some good things, there's some bad things. Let's start with Party Animal. I'm also going to be doing a little tutorial with both palettes. Okay, let's just dive right in. First of all, I absolutely love colorful eyeshadows. I know a lot of people are into neutrals, but when I saw her reveal these palettes, I was super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, finally super colorful shadows from someone I'm a big fan of. So the day that they were released, I was like on my computer right away. I was hitting refresh. I've never bought something so fast in my life. So I was super excited to try these out. But much like a lot of other people all over the internet are saying, this palette is not that great. I totally agree with them. I'm going to go through each shade and I'm going to tell you why. Let's start with Karaoke, the blue right here. I was super excited to try this, but unfortunately, in my opinion, it's super patchy. It did not blend well. I've been doing makeup since I was like 13, so well over a decade, and so maybe I'm not an expert, but I think I know what I'm doing, and it was just really, really hard to work with. So that was very disappointing. You can try to like build it up, and it just, like, you try to put more shadow on top of it, and what was underneath it just comes right off. So the dark blue is just not good at all. Next, the light blue, Damage Control. This is one of two shadows that I really like in this palette. This one applies well, it blends well. You can build it up to your desired intensity, and it lasts. All of these you really need to wear primer with. If you do not wear primer, you'll get maybe like 2-3 hours of color before it just completely starts to fade, and they will definitely crease without primer. With primer, they'll last, but most of them will fade by the end of the day. They won't be as intense even with primer, so that's disappointing too. This yellow right here, this is like a highlighter yellow. It's called It's a Party. You can build this one up. It's chalky. This is like the most chalky one in the palette. It's very powdery. Yeah, it doesn't last that long with or without primer. With primer it does last longer, so keep that in mind. Same with the orange. It's called Drinks. You can build it up. These two blend well, but my light is dying. 1 second. Okay, my big light totally just died, but we'll continue and hopefully this is okay lighting. So we're talking about Drinks. It's buildable, you can blend it, it works well, but even with primer it's gonna fade throughout the day. These crease pretty bad without primer. I don't know if I mentioned that. With primer they shouldn't crease that much, but like I said, they will fade. Bottoms up, the pink one. Super glittery. You're gonna get glitter all over your face, so you might want to do your foundation last. Will also fade throughout the day. I mean, with primer you'll still have plenty of color left, but without primer there's like nothing gonna be left on your eye. The second one that I really like is Hungover, the purple one. Super pigmented, super easy to work with. It's a beautiful color. I absolutely love it. So these two really are the only ones in the palette that are any good. These three are mediocre. This one is not good at all. In no way trying to bash Laura Lee. I love her, but I really hope she comes out with some better colorful shades one day. But the good news is Boss Babe is pretty excellent. I actually have No complaints about these. They all blended well. They're buildable. They last all day with or without primer. Without primer, you might get some creasing by the end of the day, but they will still be intense. You'll still be able to see them. They won't fade. With primer, there's like no creasing at all. These are amazing shadows. So I have nothing to complain about there. I don't think I need to go over them all because they're all great. This one's probably my favorite shade, Hustler. It's a gorgeous golden shade. It's beautiful. So now I am going to do 2 looks on my eyes, one with each palette. Okay, I'm going to start with the Party Animal palette. I don't really know what look I'm gonna do, just kind of gonna go with it and see what happens. I think I'm gonna go with Damage Control a little above the crease. By the way, wearing a primer. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. This is the NARS Shadow Base Primer that I got in my Sephora Play box. I did a video on that last video. Okay, as you can see, this one is a buildable shade. Thankfully, like I said, it's one of the better ones in the palette. It's pretty nice. Now I'm gonna take which one do I want? I don't know, it's such a hard choice. I'm gonna take Issa Party on a flat brush. It's very, very dusty and chalky, but you can work with it. Go into Hungover. Go back in with this Party. Just takes a lot of building up for it to become like the color that I want it to be. I know it's not gonna last. I'm gonna take a clean, fluffy brush and blend all that. Yeah. I think that looks interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up the edges a little bit. I think that looks nice. Once again, I know I sound like a broken record, even with primer on, and if I wore this all day, the yellow would probably fade significantly. The blue and the purple would probably last a lot longer, though. So, next, Boss Babe. Grab another clean brush. Deadline and 9 to 5 are good transition shades. I'm going to use 9 to 5 for this look. These all have a little fallout, as you can tell. The palette is well used and dusty, but I have no problem with fallout or anything, so long as they apply well and look well throughout the day, which these definitely do. Okay, now, I think I have to use Hustler since I already said it was my favorite one. Why not? Go in with another flat brush, pack it on to the lid. And this brush right here is dry, but even on a dry brush, that is beautiful. Yeah, that is gorgeous. I'm going to clean off this brush a little bit that I used on the other eye. Then I'm going to go into Clocked Out, which is the dark brown. I'm going to put that on the outer corner. Go back in with a little bit of 9 to 5. There we go. 2 different looks. I think they both look great right now, but to reiterate, the party animal, with or without primer, it's gonna fade. Without primer, it will fade significantly. There are really only 2 good colors in that, the light blue and the purple. The rest are kind of disappointing. Boss Babe, however, this is a great palette. I really like it. I'm not the hugest fan of neutrals. Like I said, I prefer color, but this is beautiful. I love all the shades, and they work wonderfully. So if you were wondering if you should get the bundle or one or the other, I would totally go with Boss Babe over Party Animal. So I'm gonna go finish my liner and mascara. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with lashes, well, mascara, I don't do lashes, and eyeliner, and I also added underneath this lash line right here, the Clocked Out over here, and then a little bit of On the Grind in the inner corner. And then under this one, I just added the Hustler all the way over. Just to spice things up a little bit. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram at Beth IsQueen too. At Beth IsQueen also. Okay? Thank you. Bye.